So, at the very start of the game, I think to myself, what does Sephiroth have, and what do I have? Sephiroth obviously has range on his side, but I have frame data and a better out of shield option. So I notice that he rushes into me at the very start of the game, which allows me to start building an easy lead. So I decide to see, what does he do if I mine at center stage? He runs up and grabs me. I start another combo off of reading his dash in. And so now I'm thinking, okay, if I mine at center stage, he'll try to rush me down by just pressing buttons on me, but he's not a character who's built for that, so I can easily take advantage of this. The only problem is eventually he's going to start using his sword for that instead. So I accidentally blow myself up there, did not mean to do that. Catch him in the minecart command grab. Now this is good because I can get a little more space and repair my tools. So now I've got diamonds, I'm not afraid to die anymore. So now I think, okay, he thinks I want to mine, so he's going to approach aggressively. I missed my minecart there, but thankfully he doesn't really know what my plan is yet. He doesn't know that I'm forcing his approaches and reading his options. So now I think, okay, he's going to come out with an aggressive option, but he just doesn't for some reason. Not sure what his plan is, maybe he hasn't found one yet. Fighting Steve is very difficult after all. So, I think to myself, okay, well, I'm going to get in position again, see what he does this time. I'm going to read another aggressive approach, but I'm going to be ready next time. And then I die, because I committed a little too hard to mining, I wasn't really ready. So I'm mining, and he runs at me in shields, but it's alright, because I minecart, and minecart is safe on shield. So, yeah, I blow myself up again. I thought it was going to go over and I could punish him, but it actually hit the block. It does go over TNT though. So finally I'm like, okay, this isn't really getting me anywhere. I need to think of a new strategy. Because as you can see, I'm trying to bait his aggressive option. He's just choosing weird options every single time and I can't really understand the rhyme or reason. So he makes a bad decision at ledge there and I get a kill for it. Still trying to get the download. So I run up and shield, but I accidentally dropped a little too early. So now I'm like, okay, this is the first time I've been disadvantaged the whole game. I can land with Anvil for free here. He won't hard read it. I do it again. I'm going to condition him at this point, but I don't end up in disadvantage enough for that to be able to be taken advantage of anyways. So now I start another combo, but I kind of drop it. But it's alright, we got some sort of semblance of damage here. Now I'm going to start my TNT ledge trap, which I slightly mistime. So I'm mining, and I think, okay, the aggressive option is coming. And what do you know, this time he finally decided that he was going to go for an aggressive option. He really doesn't want me getting a second diamond, he wants me dead. And now it clicks. They want you dead when you don't have things, they'll play more patient when you do. I think, okay, well, I can run in, I'm going to start mining at center stage, so I think he's going to retreat, but as you can see, I guessed wrong. So now I'm going to start mining again, since I get a little bit more stage control. But I accidentally put myself in the corner and I really need to get out of there. But thankfully, now that I don't have things, he's starting to respect me a little bit more as a person he needs to actually approach, which means he's giving me free stage control most of the time, which means I can get to where I want to mine, whether it be center stage or somewhere in the corner. So now I've got the shadow flares on me, which unfortunately means I'm just going to have to hold a neutral loss there. I'm directly in the corner, which wasn't the greatest spot to be in, but there wasn't a whole lot I could do. So I'm going to start working my way out of the corner. I mix him up with Elytra back to center stage, because once again, he has to respect me, because he's at kill percent. Which, so am I, but I have better frame data. Which means if we both swing, I'll win. As you can see there, I decided to sky mine a little bit just to get myself another minecart, which thankfully helps out, and now you can see my inventory is starting to grow. I have 2 iron and a whole gold bar, which means now I can really start using moves. I waste my gold there just in case I decide to repair instead of going for diamond next stock, or this stock, because it is faster. But in the end, I decide to craft diamond anyways. Now, I kind of just get lucky with my read there, but as you can see, I'm starting to understand things. Like, for example, when I don't have things, he really wants to press buttons on me, especially when I'm at kill percent. When I do have things, he decides that he wants to play a little more safe with the sword. I'm not exactly sure why he doesn't use the sword every single time, but, you know, something you gotta pick up on. Now moving on to the next match, Game 2. Now we're on Kalos, and, you know, stone stages, it's alright. I like stone, but I like all materials, to be honest. The one I don't really like is dirt, because it puts you in a weird position. Kind of wood, too, but at least wood gives you nice blocks. Anyways, to the actual match. So see, he's starting to use neutral beam more, which I'm like, okay. That move isn't going to accomplish much of anything, so I don't really need to worry about punishing it. If he wants to use it, that's fine, I'll let him go unpunished. All he's doing is just pressing buttons on me, and they're not doing anything. So I think it's okay. So I messed up my air dodge into ledge there, which I was going to escape that situation with the Shadow Flare stuck on me, but it's alright. I only got hit for a little bit. So now I think to myself, I want to hit buttons, which unfortunately is not a good thing to do. I kind of forget to think, but now I'm like, oh right, I remember now. I know what he's going to do. And there it is, the safe attack from far away, which I punish with Grounded Elytra. So here he comes again for another aggressive approach, because I don't have things. He wants to get in on me. And I read it again. The pivot grab. Now that we can see that Sephiroth is getting a little antsy, now he's got a bit of a deficit, but I have materials, so he realizes, okay, I might as well play it safe. So now I'm thinking to myself now, okay, how am I going to punish his falling aerials when he has a sword? And I think, I know, minecart, but I need to use a projectile, not the actual attack. And there you go. Shadow Flare and all of his aerials basically act the same to Steve, as well as F-Tilt, as just long move. So, in this scenario, when I consider Shadow Flare to be one of his aggressive options that are far away, I see him pressing neutral B, and I decide, yeah, I'm going to punish it this time. Might as well get it in while I can. Don't want him doing that forever, going unpunished. And, I make it back to stage just fine. I have center stage now. Combo him a little bit. Craft Diamond. This was a bad choice. However, I was getting a little bit impatient on my low materials and having no weapon. But I punish his neutral B with minecart again, and I'm still not sure why he's neutral B'ing. But every time he does it, I punished him for it, so I'm going to force him to not neutral B ever again. So he missed the eyes on the back air there, which means he died quite early. However, oh no, my dogs. As you can see, I die there because I get my option red, but it's alright, I had another diamond. We're not down yet. So I go for a little bit of a pick loop there, 65. Start my ledge trap again, only hit his shield, but TNT's pretty positive. And there he goes off stage after I read his aggressive option on me of mining, because, once again, he goes Unga Bunga when I have low materials. He kind of spaces more when I actually do. So, our third and final game is on Town and City. On Town and City, as you already know, if you play Steve, you're only going to really have wood and iron for the majority of your first stock. Since after that, you really only get gold and then diamond. And I think to myself, alright, well, I can afford to craft myself some gold. I don't really need minecart while I'm mining, after all, since I know his options so well already. So I get grabbed here, I'm like, oh no, I'm percent deficit. Let's see if he takes advantage of that by camping me out, but he decides not to, which is good for me. But depending on how you look at it, it could also be bad for me, because maybe I would like to get resources for free. The deficit wasn't big enough to make that a forced timeout against Steve. Anyways, I command grab him there for using neutral B. I'm still not sure why he's using neutral B or when, but he just keeps using it and I keep punishing it on reaction. So now I have gold and iron. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I don't want to craft diamond on this stock. He is one-winged angel. I could just die. And thank Lord I didn't, because, he could be playing a lot more aggressive if I did. Now, I read a neutral B there again, but I was kind of wrong, but I didn't get too hard punished for it because he didn't know it was coming. Very good mix-up in neutral and Grounded Elytra. So I back air him there for getting too confident on the ledge. He still hasn't really gotten around me just, pressing buttons at ledge. Really know what to do about it. Anyways, there I land a really cool tech chase with dash back minecart, which I scared him by moving back to think, sorry, opposite of scared. I comforted him. I said, okay, I'm far away. I can't hit you, so you can neutral get up now. Then I minecart to cover his option. Drop my combo there. Sephiroth is really hard to combo, by the way. I don't know if any of you guys know this. I repair my diamond because I think, I might die here, but I have such a good lead that I can just really camp. I don't really need to worry about having diamond or not. I'd rather just get more iron in the stock and spam minecart next stock. So now I have gold, and now I'm thinking, okay, I'm in the same situation again. He wants to approach with aggressive options because I don't have diamond yet. He doesn't respect me. I'm going to force him to respect me. So I'm mining, I'm waiting for his option, but he decides I'm going to play passive this time. And I say, okay, you want to play passive? I'm going to command grab you for trying to shield. So, overall, in those games, what did we learn? We learned that players tend to be aggressive when you don't have things, and tend to be more passive when you have things. They're more scared of your damage output, of your minecart, of your diamond, of everything. And you can use that to your advantage. Even against someone with super long range like Sephiroth, you can use it to your advantage. You can still punish with minecart. You can still punish with grab. You just gotta know what they're going for. Obviously, on someone against Roy or Mario, it would be a little bit easier, because even though they have less landing lag, they have less space to make minecart hard to hit on them, but still very possible on sword characters. Sephiroth may have been the best character to display this with, or maybe the worst, depending on how you look at it. Because it's kind of hard for me to get most of those punishes in there, but at the end of the day, I got them in there. I won all 3 games, and match was secured. So, to wrap up, try to find out why your opponent wants to approach you, how they approach you, and how you, Steve, can punish it. Because even if you know, oh, well, Bowser's always going to just do short hop, landing fair. You got to know, how am I going to punish that? And in this specific scenario, I said, okay, he has range. I'm slow, and I don't have range. So instead, I'm going to use my burst option to catch his ending lag, which is what he has, since to make up for his insane range. He has a lot of ending lag, which means I can punish him with minecart. So that was Steve Mind Games #1. Thanks for watching. Hope this tutorial helps some of you Steve players learn how to condition a little bit better, read your opponents a little bit better, stop getting mashed on a little bit better, anything. And remember, share, share, share!